Hello, welcome back. You won't believe what we're talking about today, but I wanted to come and tell you all a little story that my brother told me recently. In fact, 1 month ago. So now I'm recording this video, it's June 2023. So this happened last month in May 2023. It's a very recent story, okay? Well, the purpose of the video is not to say bad things about England, making you not feel encouraged to move there or to live there. Not at all. I love England. I lived there for 12 years. It's always going to be home for me in a way. So, the purpose of the video is not to do that at all. I think Brazil, which is where I'm from and where I live nowadays, is a great place to live for my life, for my reality, for what I do. I love it. But I also think England is amazing. So there are pros and cons about both, And it's about being able to see the pros and cons about both and being optimistic but realistic as well. So my brother lives in London and with his girlfriend. He lives in an area of London which is the East, okay? So he lives in East London. If you're there, I'm going to tell you the name of the area because you might know. It's near Old Street. So it's near Hackney, Old Street area. So it's an area with lots and lots of shops, lots of restaurants, lots of pubs, lots of people, lots of life. He loves living there because what he tells me is that he can do pretty much everything on foot. This means walking. So he can do everything on foot. He can go out for dinner, he can go to a shop, he can go to markets, all of these things on foot, which is fantastic for London because let's face it, it takes you a lifetime to commute anywhere, to go and get back from anywhere. You know, it's a big city with lots and lots of people, so it's quite difficult to get around in a short space of time, quickly. So he's very happy living there. And he was telling me a story that happened on a weekend. If I'm not wrong, this was like a Saturday afternoon. Afternoon meaning broad daylight. Broad daylight, I mean, really just early afternoon. I think it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Broad daylight, okay? He had gone to a restaurant with his girlfriend. They went for lunch. He had gone. I'm telling you this in this way because I'm telling you a story about the past and I'm giving you some details about what happened. So he had gone out for lunch with his girlfriend. They'd been to Nando's. If you are in London, I'm sure you know Nando's, a very popular restaurant. I love it. So they'd gone to Nando's. His girlfriend then left early. She was going off somewhere to meet a friend or something. So she went off early. She left early. He stayed for a while. Then he left. And this is the situation. He tells me he was walking on the street. Okay, he was walking on the street, broad daylight, lots of people around. Lots of movement, lots of people around, okay? Like I said, restaurants, bars, life is happening. And he notices that there is someone on a motorbike behind him, and he thinks, it's what he tells me, he thinks, okay, this is an area with lots of restaurants, so I'm sure it's probably just someone grabbing some food to deliver the food somewhere. So he was pretty sure it was a delivery driver. Fine. So he doesn't think anything of it. He's not thinking about it. He's relaxed. It's all good. When all of a sudden, this man on a motorbike, there were two, in fact, on a motorbike, two people on the motorbike, just snatches his phone and drives off. snatches his phone, grabs his phone off his hand. So my brother was there with his phone in his hand, you know, just like casually there. And he just grabbed it, just snatched the phone, snatched it, and drove off. My brother said it was so crazy because there were so many people there. You would never think this could happen because you are not out late at night on a deserted street. You are surrounded by people and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What's happening? So they snatched the phone and drove off, and he said that he was like frozen. It was the first time this happened with him, and he was frozen, didn't know what to do. It's one of those situations that really catch us by surprise. They catch us by surprise. We don't know how to react. He was really angry. He was so mad because it's such an invasion, isn't it? When you get robbed, when you're robbed like that, it's so invasive. I think it's just so awful. But he was fine. I said to him, look, you're okay. So yeah, the phone is gone. There's nothing you can do. Next time, just be a little bit more wary of the situation. You know, don't trust that just because it's, you know, Europe, you'll be fine, because it's not true. And he knows this. He's been living there since he was 11 years old and he's 30. So he knows that. But at the same time, you just don't expect it. This is the thing. You don't expect these things to happen abroad. You think, oh, Brazil is so violent, so dangerous. But there is a lot of crime in London, a lot of crime. And so he went to the police station, told them what happened, you know, did a report at the station. And the police officer said to him, mate, it's just a very, you know, English way to talk, popular way to talk. He said, mate, you're so lucky. You know, you're so lucky you were not stabbed. Stabbed is what happens when people have a knife and they stab someone. It's very common in England. It's so sad, but stabbing crime is something that happens often. He said, mate, you're so lucky you were not stabbed, because this is literally the sentence he said, there are so many people getting stabbed over a phone in London. So listen to the structure, okay? Getting stabbed over a phone. So the phone is the reason why people are getting stabbed. What the heck? It's crazy. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you to raise awareness of the fact that being abroad does not mean you're completely safe. You have to be wary, you have to watch your back. It's important, but also to teach you more English, give you more vocabulary about something that is real and interesting, which is what I do best. So thank you so much for being here. Leave me a comment, tell me if you enjoyed the video. Hopefully not the story, but the video itself, okay? And I'll see you all next time. Take care, be wary, watch your back. See you later.